I gotta wonder, like, how the hell do I get out of here? I don't know. I'm looking right now trying to find some place like a motel or something over in Wyoming. Because I know that's maybe. I think you'd probably have to go at least as far as like Wyoming or beyond that to get away from like this. It feels like there's this. I don't know, man. I'm just guessing. This is what I. It's something that I've heard from more than one person. That basically to get away from basically this area that's kind of like the ninth circle of hell part of freaking the country here. Basically, get away from, like, get out of, stay away from. Um, I mean, there's other areas too. I'm sure that I don't know of that aren't good, but like, basically, and I know there's pockets of good here and there around even these areas, but for the most part, you want to just get away from like Washington State, California, Oregon, Nevada, and Idaho, even because Idaho is still too close and has the same similar types of bullshit happening. It's headed in the same direction as these other states, even though there's like more people there trying to fight for rights. They're being overran there. It's like occupied. It's like basically occupied territory there already. I think pretty much darn near everywhere, maybe. I don't know. I know that this is like. It's too expensive to live almost anywhere that I can think of, and to try to live without having some fortune, without being out like. It's like you gotta work fucking 40, 60, 80 hours a week or something to just attempt to even have a roof over your head at all temporarily. Not, and you never ever get ahead at all. Like, basically, that's what it looks like, man. Unless you win the damn lottery. The rent's too damn high, the wages are too damn low. And then in the meantime, you got to deal with all these like control freaks and psychopaths and, crazy fucking people high on all kinds of drugs and shit. I don't know. I used to be all pro marijuana. Oh, it's gonna help people. Oh, hey man, look at Cheech and Chong. Hey, forever, man. That's not really what it's like being around these fucking potheads, though. They'll giggle and laugh about things a little bit, and then they'll start talking about psychotic, like murderous crap. And then the second their weed starts to wear off a little bit, they're like getting involved, getting a bunch of drama started, and fucking trying to start a bunch of crap, and like they're totally fucking mentally unstable and fucking basically dangerous, psychotic or whatever, That's what I see from fucking being around a bunch of stoners and shit. Of course, it's not just stoners. There's people doing other stuff too, doing fucking meth and all this other crap. But like, I've been too surrounded by this shit for so many years, man. End up drinking to try to like deal with the stress of being surrounded by feeling like it gets screwed over. I mean, you got the control freaks and the people that don't give a shit, and you're surrounded by psychos. And I mean, I honestly, like, I don't even feel all that safe going out doing the DoorDash and Uber fucking deliveries and stuff most of the time. Because it's like, I mean, most people don't want you to deliver to their door. The app, if you're dealing with like the DoorDash app, they'll try to send you things. They don't give you any time to even see or any way to even see where it is that they want you to go or how far necessarily. And halfway through the day or more, they'll make it so the number disappears and it doesn't show you how much money they're offering you to go or where you're going. They'll start randomly sending you places, and then they'll try to send you out and to go like way, like try to get you, make you offers where you're making like 15, 20 cents a mile or something and going way outside of your dash zone. And then you get the people, the fucking restaurants can be psycho. I mean, a lot of times there's these foreigners and like dudes that look like gangbangers out of fucking LA or whatever, like hanging out, and they're like the managers at these restaurants and shit. You get into these places, you got somebody that looks like they want to. Jesus Christ. I'm running around trying to go do this one. When you do show up to the houses, like most of the people, they don't want anyone to deliver to their door, or they say leave it on the door, leave it at the door, but then the app makes you stand around there for a ridiculous amount of time trying to take a photograph, and then it won't even load the photograph to accept, so you can't get out of there. And the people are acting sketchy as hell inside, and they got like fucking pit bulls growling and snarling and stuff. You got probably somebody back there like tweaked out of their mind with a gun ready to blow your head off because you're trying to leave the food they ordered on their porch or something. It's freaking crazy, man. This is not a freaking good place to be doing this shit. Probably is nowhere like... it's not like the 1950s, milkman deliveries where you're like, well, hello, got your milk here, knock, knock, knock. Oh, thank you for delivering milk. Or you just, stick a paper in a box or something. You're supposed to stand around there. All these ridiculous, like, different ways you're supposed to do things. The app doesn't even work most of the time, and then you have to try to get a hold of the, like, support. And most of the people in the support for this thing are, like, English is definitely not their first language, dude. So you're trying to make... So it takes, like, quite a while to, like, clarify what's going on. So you're wasting a ton of time where you could be out doing more dashes and stuff. Just trying to explain that, okay, the app is not working again. The app is not working again. The app is not working again. And in the meantime, like, if anything goes wrong or something, like, they could try to come after you, try to say that you did something wrong, or that you're trying to accuse you of some kind of criminal shit or something. Like if some meth addict gets on their freaking app and decides to order hamburgers or whatever the hell, right? And they say leave it on their doorstep, and then the app doesn't work, or they come directly to the door and they grab it before you can take a picture of it or something, and then the Dash app won't let you say hand it directly to customer or whatever. Like, they could attack you. They could say, fuck you doing? I'm fucking supposed to be here 2 minutes ago, or or whatever, or who knows. Or they could take the food, you could say, I delivered it, and then fucking 10 minutes later they could say, I never got my food. And then you end up potentially losing your job or something, or having some foreigners trying to come after you or something because they, trying to accuse you of lying to them or like some other crap. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, there's a lot of fucking crazy people out there, man. Like, really fucking crazy people. And this is what's, and like, I'm aware of the kind of weird shit that I've said on this channel. So, and how crazy some of that shit sounds, man. But I'm talking like fucking straight up dangerous, crazy, like evil fucking people, like all over the goddamn place, dude. Like almost every, like half the time or more, like when I'm trying to deliver food somewhere, like I'm wondering, is somebody gonna come out here and like attack me? Somebody gonna try to fucking shoot me or something? If I go to a restaurant to pick up food, is the person working at the restaurant gonna fucking try to attack me? Like, because there's like crazy people working in the fucking restaurants, crazy people people trying to stir up drama. There's, tweaker. It's like the norm, dude. It's like everybody is this girl. God, I don't want to talk. I have to use this girl that I dated for a little while as an example. Because it's a kind of a good example. I mean, in a way. But because she was sort of a tweaker, so I've been around that, right? She was like she had a major drinking thing too or whatever. Like I've had somewhat of a drinking issue, but like she wanted, like, I've been around tweakers and stuff, right? Okay, so this chick, she she was a licensed veterinarian that worked at a university in a prestigious job and had numerous articles published in professional medical journals and stuff. Okay. She looked totally legit in every way, basically on paper for the most part. And she acted just totally nice and sweet and calm. And she could meet new people, and like I could take her to meet my parents, and they would sit around and they would think that she was such a nice person and that she's sweet and funny and witty and all this kind of shit, right? But the second that she was didn't that she got away from them, she'd come out of character, and there's this whole other like full on like batshit crazy evil fucking psycho bitch, is like the real her basically. So it was like Glenn Close kind of stuff, kind of. She could put on an act and go hold a job and put on a totally normal appearance, but when she lets you see her real self was a complete fucking maniac that was like, yeah, like all the time, dude, all the time, all the time. Now I'm not talking about saying, oh, I saw some weird stuff that seemed trippy, and now I've said some stuff that sounds fucking crazy, talking about, oh, visible entities and people see aliens and blah blah blah. Also because like I'm just being honest about like a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there are experiencing weird shit, right? Okay, I was laying there in bed once. Like, I tried to get away from this chick, honestly, but I didn't know what to do because I figured she was crazy enough to where she would, like, stir up some kind of drama. Like, I mean, who knows, man? If I had pissed her off, maybe she would maybe have been the type of person that would, I don't know, hit herself over the head or put her own face through a fucking mirror or something. Or, like, wrench on her arm to bruise her arm and then say that I did it or something just to try to get me in trouble or something, you know what I mean? Or call up some other tweakers and say, you're such an asshole. Then end up with drama, you know what I mean? Like the fucking way these tweakers stir up fucking bullshit, right? They make up lies, they stir up drama that, it's like when you're surrounded by these kind of people, you can't be fucking real. You just gotta like try to keep your mouth shut, try to keep your distance, try to stay away from them. And they come around, just try to keep your mouth shut, be kind of nice, and hope they go the fuck away. Because if you're just straight up honest with them and tell them like to get the hell away from you or something, then they'll take offense to it and they'll sit around and fucking plot on you and talk shit about you to fucking all their tweaker friends, and they'll get fucking 20, 30, 40, 50 people involved in trying to fuck your life up or something, right? Because they're psychos and they all fucking hang out together and smoke dope and fucking talk shit about people and fucking, try to start a bunch of drama up all the fucking time and never ends. And they fucking, they'll hold like grudges over little nothing things for like fucking 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 fucking years. And, because they're psychos and shit, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. These fucking like, I feel like we're surrounded by a bunch of people to where like the kind of people that'll like they'll see you in a park and like, that's that motherfucker that looked at me the wrong way 20 years ago. Get his ass, That's that mother that, cut me off in traffic, 10 years ago. I'm gonna get his ass. Slash his tires. Fuck that guy, There's just people like that are fucked in the head and crazy, and they fucking just like sit around plotting on fucking people forever and shit. And they just never fucking stops, and they just out to get everybody and out to fuck over as many people as they can. And I don't know, just psychos, man. And there's a lot of them fucking out there, dude. There used to be huge mental institutions all over the country where people that, I mean, a large percentage of the people that are on the streets all over the place. And now, look, I don't fucking. Lots of people. There's a difference between having legitimate cause for a lot. Don't have enough money because everything is ridiculously overpriced. And you're getting screwed over and messed with all the time. And, people are like messing with you, so it upsets you and you react to what's happening that's coming against you by freaking out or something. There's a difference between that and between the people that are like wandering around that are just like sociopaths and psychos and shit that sit around like plotting and planning and trying to bring a bunch of people into a web of drama and stuff like that, manipulating a bunch of fucking people to try to use as many people as they can and get them dragged into this big web of drama so they can fuck over a bunch of people and destroy people's lives. And, like those fucking people are just like, you know, There's so many of those motherfuckers around, dude. And they have a way of like making themselves seem like they are totally normal and clear headed and the victim or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's oh, sorry. Just some stupid scene from Seinfeld. Huh. I gotta get the heck out of here, man. I don't know, man. I got all my I wish to hell that I could go back. Like I should have known. I should have known that just getting a little distance away from the town that I've been in all these years is not fucking good enough. I should have known immediately that the only way to get away from this fucking to have any chance to get away from this nightmare is I'd have to be like numerous states away. Damn it. Now I don't know if this shit would fucking be changed that much. I mean, maybe this whole world is just hell or something, but I feel like I'm kind of like a targeted individual. But I also think that there's probably certain areas of the country that are like the main freaking cesspools or whatever for this shit. And maybe if you could get away from Oregon, Washington, California, Nevada, probably Idaho too, like outside of there, that maybe you could get, you know, far south enough into the red states or something to maybe get away from this, you know, massive bunch of fucking psychopath, sociopath, uh, and the third world shit and so on and so forth. Maybe get away from so many all the tweakers, but like it's so damn expensive to live. It looks like everywhere is so expensive to live. So I don't know what. It was really weird. Like it's just so it seems so crystal clear that we don't have. And I would be called a evil, terrible racist probably for saying this, but there's like no home in this world for us anymore, for the white European, for the straight white male, for any of it. Like it's all like all any part of our historical heritage, culture, homelands, etc. It's all gone. we're fucking refugees everywhere. The only way to live somewhere where you don't have to feel like that is if you're, I don't know, multi-millionaire or something. Then you can buy yourself a little place to hide in one of these southern states, maybe. And afford to move around and get some place where you can hide in some little pocket area where things are affordable and decent or something, where you're not surrounded by people that fucking hate you just because you, I don't know, whatever. It's just, people that are like overly fucking crazy and aggressive all the fucking time, you know? The drama, the drama, 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 drama. Went out and worked to get today again, you know? We got dragged into fucking drama. Well, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I need to get out of here and like change my phone numbers again. Get out of here, change my phone numbers again. Lose the phone numbers of any people from my past that I reconnected with. You know? Make sure I don't have any Facebook shit open anywhere ever again, that I never go back on that crap. God damn it. And then just get freaking as many hundreds of miles the fuck away from here as I can. Go head to fucking Wyoming or Montana or something and try to find somewhere that's halfway affordable. And hope that I can find somewhere that's halfway decent, that I can actually manage to make some money. And maybe find some kind of income-based apartment or something there or whatever. I don't know what to do, man. I mean, the loathing and the drama and the bullshit or whatever are just non-stop. I don't know. I've always, part of it is, I've got myself in trouble in the past and numerous times when I've been drinking or something. But honestly, hasn't really usually been, a lot of the time, I don't think it's even really been so much my fault. It's just that I didn't always have the good sense to keep my mouth shut and kowtow like some bitch when somebody's sitting around talking shit about me for no fucking reason because they're tweaked out of their mind or whatever and having some kind of weird psychotic fucking break and fucking trying to stir up drama and bullshit. And when I'm like drunk or whatever, I might make some fucking comment back or something, and then that stirs up more drama, and drama comes after me or whatever, right? Or I try to say something to somebody who's being an abusive dickhead to me, and then it ends up in some kind of drama bullshit that ends up getting the police involved, and then the tweakers always have fucking, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 fucking tweaker buddies to back up their story and say, it was him, he's the bad guy. Look, he had a beer. He had a beer. Oh, he had a beer. He's a bad guy, huh? Oh, you guys are just a bunch of meth addicts that live in a pile of filth. A bunch of bugs come flying out of your room, and the smell of, rotting fucking food and stuff comes flying out if you open your door, but the guy with the clean and organized room that had a couple of beers is the bad guy because you and your fucking drug addict friends fucking agree that that's the case, right? Basically. Seriously, how is it that I'm surrounded that like you know how many people around here are probably like full on like felons with, you know, hundreds of drug charges and assaults and all kinds of like crazy fucking like violent type of shit, right? And they're just walking around scot free forever, holding down fucking job, just act. Oh, they're just the most normal fucking upstanding fucking citizens working at your stores, working at your restaurants everywhere, right? And I've had like a few misdemeanors or something in my day, you know, mostly from many, many years ago, which were almost entirely instigated by the dumb shits that I was around that are, you know, all now felons or whatever because of all the, and then, you know, felons with a bunch of drug charges and other weird, crazy shit that they're fucking involved with. And like, but yet they get to like play the good guy or whatever all the time or whatever the fuck, right? Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. This is a crazy fucking world now, man. I don't even know where the hell to go to get away from this insanity. Is there anywhere where it's fucking decent, where it's peaceful, where people are, you know, decent, genuine fucking people? I mean, don't gotta be fucking perfect, but like maybe kind of understanding and decent and not like completely. I mean, there's so much insanity in this fucking world. It's just I can't. And it's getting to the point where I feel like there's nowhere to go, man. There's nowhere to get away from the shit. Like, or if there is anywhere to go, it's like, dude, it's you have to be rich to go there or whatever to have anywhere to live. You have to learn to fucking get by with no home or go live in one of the worst places imaginable so that you can just be in a populous area where you can have more opportunities to make money to not be fucking completely broke or whatever and still end up homeless living in your car because these populous places where you can make money don't have anywhere where you can afford to live in them. Of course, now neither do the fucking places in bumfuck Egypt in the middle of nowhere either. Even if you could find, even if you find some place in the middle of nowhere or something and you got a job there, you wouldn't be able to make enough money to fucking afford the rent anywhere. God dang it. How the hell do people do it, man? How do you like How do you find some place to rent in like 5 states away and just get a hold of them and say, hey, I'd like to send you a payment or whatever. I'll be down there on next Friday and ready to move in. I'll come up. I'll hand you the money. You hand me the keys. Is there any way to do that? Like anywhere? Well, you're telling me you don't have a job and you're 5,000 miles away yet? Well, goddamn it, you can like. Well, give me a fucking minute. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to do, man. I mean, because I do think that simulation theory is probably the case. I'm not even sure if like offing myself would even work. I don't want that. I don't want to die or something, but I just want a place to sleep, a place to, place to hang my hat, a place to fucking sleep, a place where I can live. I don't want to have to sell every single waking hour of the fucking day for nothing and have nothing to show for it or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, is that supposed to be my life now? I'm supposed to drive around all day, like, delivering things to unappreciative people, getting paid not enough to even have anywhere to sleep, and fucking try to sleep in my car, and then have the fucking police, like, banging on the fucking window, threatening to kill me because I fucking trying to sleep in my car or something? Like, is that what my life is supposed to end up being? Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Having to worry, like, people out to fucking get me everywhere I go? I feel like I'm in hell here, man. Definitely. Definitely feels like that. I always thought it would be better just getting further away from here because you get away from all the people in this area at least and the energy in this area. And I know there's got to be somewhere where, it would seem better, but not if I'm stuck living in with some person or people that behave in the same way that the people in this area behave, where you're stuck with that sort of drama being imposed on you all the time and the hate and the drama and the control freak behavior and all this shit being pushed on you all the time. Like, I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go to get away from this crap, man. If there's even any way to get away from it, it's just, it doesn't seem to stop. Never has. Uh, I don't know. Part of it is just because, like, when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, and this woman I fell in love with turned out to be married, and she left me and went back to, actually ended up marrying her then husband's best friend because she was sleeping with her husband's best friend and me at the same time, and then ended up running off with the third guy or whatever. And that drama happened and broke my heart. And But it was around the same time also, like I quit the football team or something, and I mean, most of my friends had already ditched me. All my friends from out in the country and stuff had already kind of ditched me because I wasn't on the because I used to be on the basketball team for years, and when I was on the basketball team, it's like I had a bunch of friends, you know. And then when I wasn't on the basketball team anymore, I became sort of more like a loner or something because nobody cared about me if I wasn't on the basketball team. And then, a similar thing happened when I quit the football team or something. Like, joined up the football team, and then everybody suddenly, all my friends that I hadn't talked to in years, like, oh hey, like we were still good buddies all of a sudden again. And then as soon as I wasn't on the football team anymore, back to being some outcast fucking nobody or whatever, because I wasn't with the sports ball at the time or whatever. So how dare I exist or whatever? All my friends that I'd grown up with and had been to my birthday parties since I was a freaking toddler or whatever, that I went to fucking preschool and kindergarten with, and went to all their birthday parties and so on, all this shit, right? We used to play freaking trucks in the sandbox together, but now all of a sudden we ain't friends because I wasn't on the fucking foosball team or the b-ball team or whatever, right? Yeah, that's the way it was, man. And that's just kind of how it went. What really fucked things up is like, they held me back for a little while in like sixth grade because I didn't finish all my homework or whatever, and didn't get the highest grades. And then because most of what they were teaching us was a complete fucking bullshit waste of time. And later on they gave me some tests or whatever to test my, understanding and intelligence level and everything, and it showed that I like basically I could have been skipped forward out of sixth grade into freaking college or something, with the scores that I got on the test. But instead of doing that, they put me back in sixth grade. And time I got back in there, it's like my friends had fucking gone. Well, also I lost friends because my ability to stand up for myself against the fucking bullies was gone. Because if a bully came after me and I defended myself in any way, uh, then I would get attacked by my dad, and I would get yelled at, and I would possibly get expelled or put in juvenile hall or something for defending myself, because it come to the point where the bullies got to run the show, basically. That's kind of what happened, man. The fucking script got flipped, and the people who were the real bullies got they got to switch roles and be portrayed as the victim, while the people who were trying to stand up for themselves against the real bullies got portrayed as the bullies. Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways, that's what happened. Well, yeah, man, we live in a world now where somebody can just or the school system and the legal system and everything else will stand up and say that the person who's standing in the middle of the street blocking traffic, acting like they own the whole damn street and have more right to it than anyone in a car, just to get away with that. And the person who, like, spreads a bunch of gossip and talks a bunch of bad shit about somebody, or they're perfectly fine. But if you respond to them and scream at them or punch them in the face or something, then you are the bad guy. Or if you confront them or if they even attack you in some sort of a childish manner and you defend yourself, then you're the bad guy, right? That's the way it's become now. Like if some wimp that's like a psycho or whatever comes up and starts hitting you or something, you restrain them or you hit them back or something and knock their block off, then it's like you are the bad guy for defending yourself and they're the poor victim when they attacked you. That's the way it seems like now. It has been in my life. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm kind of starting to wonder now, like, if my life wouldn't have been a lot better at this point if I was like, I don't know. I sometimes wonder if I wouldn't have been better off if I was like 5 feet tall, 100 pounds or something, instead of 6 foot, 6'2", fucking 220 something, Or if I'd been like wearing braces and glasses and been all short, scrawny, and milquetoast looking more. Or if I'd been like flaming homosexual or some kind of shit, or whatever the hell, right? Like my life probably would have been a lot. I think it would have been less harsh because then I would have been like one of those people that got to play the victim all the time instead of the person that's always assumed to be the bad guy or whatever just because I'm tall or whatever the fuck, right? Or because I don't know, man. Well, I think I could use a pair of glasses. Maybe I should get a pair of glasses and wear them all day, every day. That might help a little bit. And maybe I should try dressing wimpier and I don't know. I've been trying to dress wimpier and stuff like a lot of the time, depending on where I have to go, what I have to do. Try to put like a nice shirt on and I don't know. I like my nice, cool looking t-shirts and stuff though. But I mean shit. When I was in my 20s and like even up until almost the point when almost like a year ago, like most of the time when I'd go places, I was always. Well, I had already quit, like, for a couple years. I tried to, like, start to tone things down and stuff. Like, most of the time, I can't tell you how many times I tried to tone it down to try to make myself look less, like, look weaker or whatever, just to try to not be treated with so much like fear or I feel like I met with with aggression, like too much aggression from people. Maybe it's from out of fear because you have these like smaller dudes that are have this like I don't know like Napoleon syndrome or whatever the fuck they guys that are like that are shorter or whatever or thinner, shorter, balder, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or whatever the hell, get like super overly like aggressive. I think it's because they're like intimidated or something. But then they get like fucking insane. They get insane, like dangerous, like crazy fucking shit. And you gotta deal with these aggressive fucking people that are like always trying to like male monkey motherfucker bullshit. I used to fucking be that. I used to be more like that when I was younger, dude. I was, honestly, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. When I say when I'd be drinking too much or something, and I'd see somebody that was like some giant, like 350-pound muscle bound dude or something, I'd start to feel like, you know, like I wanted to act like Mr. Tough Guy or something, and afraid. I don't know. I guess I could understand it, kind of like because I was, intimidated by that kind of like a prison sort of mentality. I get it. But that's like everywhere now, man. I mean, hell, I used to walk around with like more often with facial hair and with like I'd go around with my head shaved, wearing freaking you know army you know BDU pants and freaking combat boots and t-shirts with freaking skulls on them and big black fucking leather jacket and so on and so forth. And I still sometimes will dress like, and I don't know, when I was younger, sometimes I'd walk around in a trench coat and all this kind of shit. Have like freaking shaved head and sideburns, walking around in a trench coat with a skull t-shirt and combat boots on and stuff like. But nowadays it's like I try, like, I guess my t-shirt's kind of freaking spooky looking. Maybe I need to like keep my face shaved and get some glasses and wear them every day and maybe get like a t-shirt with a smiley face or a unicorn or some kind of shit like that on it. I don't know, dude. You could get a necklace with a butterfly or flowers and wear a fucking blouse or something. I don't know. Just to try to look less intimidating so that I won't have to deal with so many people fucking trying to like mad dog me and trying to start shit with me when I fucking walk around trying to do anything. Like, goddamn. I need to get some shoes that'll make me look shorter and Actually, I've been wearing like running shoes with the super thin sole and shit, so that it makes me look shorter. I've been wearing freaking like blue jeans again, like I did back in high school, because I thought I'd look less intimidating with blue. Even though they don't have as many pockets, I realized that I maybe would look less intimidating if I wear like blue jeans and colorful like little running shoes that make me look like a, you know, inch and a half shorter or whatever, you know, and try to wear like nicer looking shirts that are more colorful things and stuff like that. So you know, usually avoiding like skulls and the color black, and, and like I haven't shaved my head in years either, like because people look they act more intimidated when you got a shaved head. When I have a shaved head too, like there's all kinds of stuff because you deal with all this male monkey bullshit or whatever, where these dudes are walking around trying to like rage monster out on you just because like if I could just be like trying to look where I'm going when I'm driving around in traffic, and there are people like giving me fucking dirty looks. Who's like what you looking at, motherfucker? It's like I'm looking at you because I'm trying not to hit you with my car, dumbass. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to watch your surroundings when you drive. You know what I mean? I hate all this bullshit. It's like, yeah, you know, this world full of monkeys or something. What's this motherfucker looking at? All these people walking around like that with those chips on their shoulders, man. Fuck this guy looking at. Fuck you looking at, man. Jesus. It's like you're just supposed to sit there and be quiet and keep your eyes averted to the ground and hide and dress like a fucking rainbow unicorn or something to try to avoid getting involved in drama with these crazy like people that are like afraid of their shadows in reality, but they gotta pound on their chest and try to start shit and fucking everything. Mad dog getting fucking man, motherfucker, be on, son, get your ass in, you know, because they're just like so goddamn insecure. They feel like they have to start shit and stir up shit with everybody, so everybody will know how damn tough they are or whatever. Like, god damn it. And there's like a whole other version too that's not the male monkey stuff. It's like a more creepy, like psychotic sort of a thing where they're like plotting on you and trying to come up with intricate plans because they're like obsessed. They become obsessed and become like fucking weird stalkers stalking you and stalking your life and like maybe even act like your friend or who knows what they'll be willing to do just to try to like set you up and get you. And it's fucking And you doesn't even have to be about anything. It's just be like you looked at them wrong fucking sometime years ago, or they fucking started a bunch of drama and then you fucking yelled at them or cussed them out or something, and or whatever, or you made them feel like made them, you intimidated them at some point because they did something that messed with you and pissed you off or something, and you lost your temper and you yell at them sometime, or said the wrong thing when they started drama or tried to start shit with you. And then they'll just sit around and obsess and obsess and obsess and obsess about it for years and years and years, and try to find any way to just get you, you know? Those people, like, that's the, like, sociopath, psychos and stuff. There's a lot of that shit around, obviously. It's fucking crazy, man. People that will never let anything go, you know what I mean? I don't know. They take everything out of context. They blow everything way out of proportion, take everything way out of context, and try to, like, screw you over any way they can. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, I was drunk like a few days ago, and went over to try to find. I lost my one of my a pair of my dentures out behind some restaurant over here, like back on Mother's Day, because I was drunk and I was going to freaking try to bring a couple of cans of food to some homeless dude or something that was sleeping over back there or whatever. I ran into him. I just there's a little creek there, and I liked to go sit there by the creek because it's like a little place nearby that felt peaceful to sit next to the creek, you know. But now it's like you can't go there without there being these like tweakers fucking smoking crack back there or whatever the fuck. But I was drunk and I figured screw it. I figured hell the tweakers will fucking be all obsessive. I, like, try to offer them $50 to try and find the damn dentures, showed them how small they would be, and they just went fuck that. I thought they would obsess over it and fucking search the grass, endlessly to try to come up with the money. But nope, didn't even care. So I sat there, I ended up giving them like a pizza that I had in the fridge from the door dashing, and I offered them a beer. They don't want that. Then they end up taking, like, basically walking off, stealing my lighter and my fucking a necklace that I let them see or whatever. But it wasn't even worth, like, what's that, like $2 or something? I mean, the pizza was dry and fucking everything. And I gave that to him. The necklace, I just let the dude see, and I said, "Yeah, oh, sure, you can borrow my lighter for a second." I didn't know they were gonna use it for that. I thought he was gonna light a fucking cigarette and hand it back to me. But I mean, it's not worth it for me to, like, try to cause some kind of fucking drama or end up like punching it out with some douchebags or something. I mean, I could have whooped their ass, but both of them, I'm pretty damn sure. But who knows? They could have had some gun or knife on them, or who knows what the fuck they had, right? I mean, yeah, probably could have fucking whipped them, but over a fucking, like, a $2 lighter and like a $2 necklace that I ordered off of Temu. it's really not even fucking worth giving a shit about. But like if that had happened to them, to one of those kind of guys, they would sit around and obsess about it and obsess about it and plot and plot and plot to get even with some, and then like 10, 20 years later, they'd be going, fucking prick, took my necklace, motherfucker took my lighter, I'm gonna get him. Like, that's the kind of people, there's a lot of people that are like that, and it's fucking crazy. Mostly they're called tweakers. But like, oh, man. Shit. I hate this crap, man. Grew up in a little small town with a bunch of nice country folk, basically, for the most part. There's like a small handful of tweakers around that basically kept to themselves. There was hardly any sort of fucking crime around. There was like, people could leave their doors unlocked. Nobody, people didn't mess with it. There were all these weird, freaky people and foreigners around, and you'd never see somebody like homeless because it was actually affordable to live around here. It was like $50 a month to like $100 a month to rent a fucking 2-bedroom house, you know? So it was like nobody. And, even later on into the 2000s, there were apartments around here for like $125 a month or something. Now it's like you just are fucking screwed if you don't have a fortune, basically. Yeah. God, I hadn't drank in a couple of days, except, okay, yesterday, I had like part of one beer, but at the time I didn't even want it. I honestly, the reason why I thought maybe it would be a good idea to have part of one or something. This dude Bill showed up and he had the rest of it, or he didn't even have half of a pint. I dumped the rest of what he left in the cup, and I had probably about a half a pint myself, and then dumped the rest. That's about all I had yesterday, and the only reason I thought I should have that was because, honestly, I was having some DTs, or no, I was having some tremors. I was having some light tremors happening, honestly. Because I hadn't drank anything throughout the day all day. I thought that was probably might have been part of it, or maybe it was just a combination of stress and lack of sleep and all the other bullshit. But I did drink for a while more often, and then just cut it out 100%, or I didn't taper down fast enough. I don't know. The day before, I had probably like 4 or 5 beers or something. I don't know, having a beer get you, drinking anything, it can get you in trouble, but it's not, I don't feel like it's, for the most part, I don't feel like it's got me in trouble directly as much as it has made me less, made me someone who was less willing to remain silent to put up with endless bullshit from others, is what it feels like, I became more vocal or verbal about and become overly talkative or something instead of just shutting the hell up. So when people are started talking shit and talking shit and talking shit and talking shit, I might end up saying something back that I shouldn't have said or whatever. Or just even, but more of a, hell, even the stuff I end up saying is usually like passive aggressive because I'm still trying to stay out of fucking shit, like not to stir up drama, but I say something like passive aggressive, and even just being passive aggressive is enough to fucking stir up more shit, you know? If I got full on aggressive, well, then I'd, end up in a fucking cage or something, having some bullshit legal troubles. While the people that were like talking mad shit would just continue to talk mad shit and get away with it forever, basically. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because we're in a world now. I'll tell you about this dude back in back in grade school, right? There was this guy that he would say that he was a victim of bullying, right? But here's what this guy would do. He would go up. He would he would go up and run his mouth on and on and on about how he's so much better than you at everything, and his dad's so much better than your dad at everything, and he'd start talking shit about you and your family, and just go on and on and on and on, and then he wouldn't shut up. And you try to get away from him, and he would follow you and follow you and follow you, continuing to talk mad shit. And the only way to shut him up was to like punch him in the freaking stomach or something, basically. And say, back off, leave me alone, get away from me, you know? And he wouldn't get away from you. He wouldn't leave you alone. He'd just harass you and harass you and harass you endlessly until you socked him in the mouth or punched him in the stomach or something. But he would be the kind of guy that would be like, no bullying. If the modern world we live in was to look back at history, it would say that me and all the other guys that ever punched that dude back in school were bullies, and he was a poor victim. And it's the same with all this the other shit, like other people in fucking school. There were people in school that were really, really weird as fuck. Weird, creepy, didn't fit in. I mean, it, I mean, the ones that didn't fit in at all, it's not because, I mean, like, really, really just weird, creepy shit, man. And if you look at them, like, when they grew up, they ended up becoming these major freaking weirdos and majorly nasty, aggressive, crazy fucking people. Like, but I mean, they blame all these school shootings on bullying and stuff. I'd say that it's bullshit, dude, for the most part. It's like, in reality, the psycho kids that went into the fucking schools were probably the bullies to begin with. And the kids that were, the kids that they ended up shooting were probably just their victims that were trying to defend themselves from the fucking psycho. I mean, think about it, dude. Mm-hmm. You get these like seriously unstable fucking people that like were in. I don't know, like from if I look back, think back to like grade school and early high school and stuff like that. The kids that would say, the kids that like modern world would say were the victims of bullying or whatever, would be like the weirdo kid that wore a cape to school and dressed like fucking Dracula every day. The kid that wore a satanic pentagram on their neck and had their hair dyed all black and freaking acted creepy as hell and hung out with other super weird fucking people and stuff like that. Or the kid that like that other dude, the dude that I mentioned in the first place, that would just go around talking shit to everybody and trying to stir up drama everywhere, and you know wouldn't get the hell away from you and leave you alone. He'd just mess with you and mess with you and mess with you and mess with you and keep talking mad shit, and then he'd end up getting punched in the mouth, punched in the stomach, or something, right? Because he wouldn't leave you alone, and he'd be trying to fucking start shit with you, and then he'd play the victim, right? And that's the way it always was with these people. They would fucking be harassing the hell out of people, and then they'd play the victim whenever anyone tried to stand up for themselves or get the hell away from them. You know. So then, yeah, it would sometimes get exacerbated to where if there were enough people that were getting sick and tired of their bullshit, then there would be some people that would talk shit back to him and say mean things or make fun of them and stuff like that, because they were fucking weird and they were starting drama and shit with everybody. But they're the ones now, the weirdos, the freaks, the ones that the ones that would generally like be thought of as the types that would go on to end up in mental institutions or become serial killers or something, are the ones now that are portrayed as like the victim class that has special rights to do any damn thing they want. And the people that are like normal, like more normal, are supposed to just put up with their shit endlessly forever, or else we're the fucking monster or we're the bad guy. And I don't know, it's just crazy, man. But those type of people that were the psychos to begin with are like encouraged to amp up their psychotic behavior and to be more and more aggressive and crazy or whatever. And they never get in any fucking trouble. They can do all the drugs they want, never get in any trouble, and attack people and never get in any trouble and everything. And these big groups of people and support networks to back them up and stuff, right? I don't know. I've never actually seen the whole movie, but there was this movie. God, what was it called? Freaks or something? I don't. I've just seen this scene from the movie. It's like a bunch of circus freaks or something, and I don't know. They're messing around with this woman. They're like, I don't remember. I didn't see the whole movie. It seems like they get her into some place and they're like, "Gooba Gaba, one of us. Gooba Gaba, one of us." You know, one of us, one of us. Gooba Gaba, one of us, or whatever. She's like, "Whew," and she calls them all freaks. And it seems like they're trying to insult her and stuff like that, and just to mess with her. And then that just like pisses them off even more, and they just go out of their way to try to ruin her life. You know. I don't know. I haven't actually seen the whole fucking movie, but it's like that's what I feel like the world is now. It's like that. It's like we got all the fucking crazy, psychotic, fucking vindictive freaks everywhere that want to convert us all into weird psycho freaks or destroy us if we resist or whatever. It's like fucking psycho freak Borg fucking resistance is futile, you know? Kind of shit, you know? Join us, do the math, do all the math, join us. We're the rainbow unicorns. Join us. You know? Put on a dress, put on the makeup, we're the rainbow unicorns. Come to Tranny Story Hour. Wave the fucking rainbow flag around. Put on the BLM freaking. Put on the BLM button. We're the button, we're the button, you know? Bow down and kowtow and suck up to all of us now. Kneel before us, you know? I hate this shit, man.